Everything seems like a city of dreams. I'll never know why, but I still miss you. There she's standing in a field of lies. I close my eyes, but I still miss you. I still miss you. I was left to my own devices. Many days fell away with nothing to show, and the walls kept tumbling down in the city that we love. Great clouds roll over the hills, bringing darkness from above. But if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like nothing changed at all? And if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like you've been here before? How am I gonna be an optimist about this? How am I gonna be an optimist about this? But if you close your eyes,
let's make this fleeting moment last forever. So tell me what you're waiting for. I'm gonna keep it frozen here forever. There's no regretting anymore. It's worth the wait, even so far away. I'm making the night mine until the day I die. No light to break when you're hanging by fate. You know what it feels like when you're dancing blind. All alone, just the beat inside my soul. Take me home, where my dreams are made of gold. In the zone, where the beat is uncontrolled. I know what it feels like. Come on, make me feel alive.
I never met you, but I know you're out there. If I cross the oceans, would you be there?
A stranger's eyes that somehow look familiar. I know that when it's you, I'll remember. So wait for me. I swear I'll find you, climbing every wall that hides you. I know we were meant for something better. So wait for me. The world is changing underneath. The ground is shaking. You and I were meant for something better.
Stayed up at the sun, thought of all of the people, places, and things I've loved. You can feel the lines start to tremble, washing what you know out to sea. Yeah, you can see your life out the window tonight. If I lose myself tonight, it'll be by your side. I lose myself tonight. If I lose myself tonight, it'll be you and I. Lose myself tonight.
I feel like a lot of entrepreneurs have it. That fact that you truly just feel different. It's not to be disrespectful towards anyone else, but it honestly feels like you have more inside you than other people have. Like you have that weird gift, that weird potential that you could say, hey, I can do something better than that person can. I don't deserve and I shouldn't be working in that 9-to-5 jobs. I have so much inside that I want to get out. I just don't know how to get it out. And I remember sitting on my college campus bench and the bell rang and every kid was going from class to class, class to class. And there were thousands of kids going from all these different classes. And I sat there on the bench and I just watched them. I sat there and I watched every single student go from different building. And I just thought to myself, when do we learn anything different? If I'm learning the same thing as 15,000 other kids, that means I'm going to have the same result as 15,000 kids.
Makes sense.
And every single kid I know who graduated college complained about their job, wasn't happy with their salary, worked a 9-to-5, had to pay off debt. The only way to truly be successful in life is at some point for you to do something different, for you to stand outside the crowd, for you to say, hey, I don't give a what someone else thinks about me. I'm going to go ahead and do it just because I want to do it.
Yeah, drinking dope turned me to a superhero. Yeah, hit
turn me to a superhero, yeah. If your metro don't trust you, I'm gonna shoot you. I'm on that dope again, I'm on that flow again, switch up the flow again, yeah. Fly in the parachute, gripping that pole again, I'm on that all again, yeah. Candy in the cup, gotta get paid, king in the streets, young mage, praying on the crowd, take it to the grave. Ain't having problems, I'm sipping the bar. Shout out to Dallas, my is a star. Get rich, ready to take it to war. Piss on your casket, shoot at your bra.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, people. That's all I could say at this time. I hope everyone is ready to rock and roll on this day. Bright and early coming at ya. It is currently 9:11 in this morning, traders, and I'm feeling just absolutely fantastic. Woke up this morning at 1 a.m., got myself out there, 26 miles, 10,000 burpees, jumped in the sauna, did again a couple laps, probably about a quarter of a mile, finished a full marathon, had Enrique whip up some carbs for me. I'm talking pancakes, French toast, muffins, the whole entire platter, baby. We are getting the works here today. I'm feeling good. I'm looking even better, and I'm working with the best squad in the world. Traders, can it be any better than this? I don't think it can be. You might say, hey, Dek, I've been able to travel the world. I've seen the Great Wall of China. I've seen the Eiffel Tower. But I've never seen anything so good than this damn market this morning. Traders, things are exciting. Exciting. We got to see, how is this market going to shape up? How is this market going to look? Getting the full game plan from A to Z, start to finish. Popping things on off. Word of the day. Electricity. That's what the word of the day is, team. Electricity. 5 syllables. Electricity. Big day. Team, let's talk about it all, as we always do. Break this thing on down, getting every single person prepared on this day. I mean, people ask me all the time, Dek, how are you so excited for the morning? And I say, how could you not be? How could you not be excited for the morning? We are literally working the best job in the world. The day hasn't even started yet. I'm already up $1,200 on the day. Literally, the day hasn't even started yet. The day doesn't start for another 18 minutes. We're already up over $1,000. I could literally leave right now and go play 18 holes of golf and be making more than 99% of Americans. That's what's so amazing about these days. That's what's so amazing about the market, is that we are paid by literally sitting here and pressing a button. We are literally paid by sitting here and pressing a button. How crazy is that? How wild is that to even think about? So, Claire, can you turn off the music here for a second? Thank you. So let's turn off this music. Let's get ourselves going on this day and really just break this whole entire thing on down, making sure every single trader is ready to rock and roll. So let's kind of read some key points about today to make sure that you guys are all good. It says earnings juice. A stronger than expected earnings season is driving U.S. stocks to new broad-based S&P 500 rose 0.8%, settling just below the 5,000 point notch on a record close. The NASDAQ Composite and Dow Jones average both rose as well. Walt Disney shares jumped in pre-market trading on Thursday as the media titan posted the type of results seen across many sectors in recent weeks. Strong earnings growth without much of an increase in sales. So, team, for anyone who does not know, right now we are in the midst of earnings season. Last week was the big earnings when we saw Meta and we saw Apple and we saw Amazon. Right now is kind of the last big week of earnings. Next week we have earnings and the following week, but last week was the main titans. Now it's starting to dwindle on down here slightly. But we did have like PLTR have great earnings. Snapchat had bad earnings. Ford had good earnings. PayPal had decent earnings. Disney last night had good earnings. ARM had good earnings. So we have been seeing a lot of earnings push this market up or down, and recently it's just basically been up. This market has been continuously spiking, continuously moving, and continuously hitting new highs. So we could see stock futures nudge lower on Thursday morning after the S&P finished a regular session up at new record highs next to the 5,000 point milestone. Disney shares surged 6% before the bell after the media giant beat on its earnings last night. We also had ARM jump up 23% after having better than expected earnings last night. It says stocks are coming off a winning session that saw the S&P 500 edge close to the 5,000 point level and the S&P 500 in a rally led by strong earnings report and technology. Cool. So, traders, what we really need to break down out of this is that if anyone is brand new to the market and listening in for the first time, you really just want to understand one thing here. The thing you need to understand is that the S&P 500 has been hitting record highs almost every single week. Every single week, the S&P 500 has been going higher and higher and higher and higher. Since October 30th, if you have just woken up and you just did calls every day, if you jumped in on the market, if you just bought every day since October 30th, you would be a multi-hundred-thousandaire, potentially a millionaire. It has been since October 27th. Green, 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 one red day. Green, 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 red. Green, 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 red. Green, 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 red. Green, 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 red. And you guys can see it's basically just all green. Sure, we dabble in a little bit of a red day here and there, but the thing is, we have been green, green, green. And obviously the big question is, when will it stop? Because there are a lot of people that thought it was going to stop at the price of $450. There were people that thought it was going to stop at $460, stop at $470, stop at $480, stop at $490, and start going against the grain and going against the grain and getting run over. It is hard to be able to predict exactly when this market's going to turn. That is not an easy thing. And I am and by any means, a miracle worker where I can predict exactly when and the exact date that the market's going to fall and turn. But I can do my best to be able to figure out technical analysis here. So I know that the S&P 500 hit a brand new record high yesterday. If anyone was not here, what is the exact record high number? Let's take a look here together, and when we take a look over on the SPY so we can know where we need to break. The S&P 500, the record high area, 52-week range, 498.53. Days range, 498.53. Now, I have been predicting for the last, I'm going to say last month, 3 to 4 weeks, that 500 was going to be the high. Now, I'm not saying 500 on the exact dot, but right next to 500 is going to be the high before we start having pullbacks, before we start having drops, before we start seeing these, start getting weaker. And we could see it on many different cases. We could see a perfect example is NVDA. NVDA, you can see how strong 500 really is. I can go across the board right here, put a red line, and you can see when we came up to the price of 480, we fell all the way back down to $400, an $80 drop. Then we came up to 500 and we fell all the way back down to 408, a $92 drop. Then we came back up to 470 and had an $80 drop, and back up to 500 and all the way back down to 450. 500 is an extremely strong resistance line. And I think the S&P 500 is either going to start falling today, hit 500, then start falling, or get the slightest break, and then we start pulling back. I do think within this next week and a half, we will have our big pullback. So if this is the level of 500, remember, I'm not going to sit here and say I know exactly where the market's going to fall, but I'm going to say I think it's going to be around 500. Option 1 is going to be right underneath 500. Option 2 is actually up to 500. And option 3 is going to be slightly above 500 and then start fading back on down. A perfect visual way that we could see this is right here. NVDA up to 500, back on down, up to 500, back on down, up to 500, back on down. We have never been at these record highs before. These are all areas areas that are going to be extremely difficult to be able to break through. But we do have tons of momentum. We do have tons of hype. We do have tons of action. We do have tons of activity. We do have tons of traders saying, hey, you know what? Let's keep going up higher. But at some point, this is going to start getting some sort of reversal. At some point, this is going to start getting some sort of, turnaround. It just, that's what stocks do. Stocks do not go up forever. There will be some sort of turnaround at some point. So now when I'm talking, team, I do not mind if anyone ever disagrees with me. That's okay. That's part of a community, so we can be able to grow and become better. But all I ask is, if you ever do disagree with me, just back it up with your evidence. Back it up on your credibility. Back it up on what you're thinking. Because I want to read you guys my game plan today. And I'll be honest, out of, again, 2,000-3,000 people that are watching me on Tradecaster, watching me on YouTube, watching me on TikTok, I'm going to let you know not every single person's going to agree with me. And that's okay. But I at least want to give you my reasoning and my thought process on what I personally am thinking. So let's read over my game plan today, and let's go over it all and make sure that you guys are all set, ready to go. What's up, Trevor? Great to have you back, buddy, over on Tradecaster. We love you. Great to see you, Trevor. So what we have here is game plan. Everyone listen up on this, because I do want to explain this. I want to make sure everyone's clear. It says, as most of you know, yesterday I started my first short on the AI sector. I am now betting against some of the most popular AI stocks and maybe the most popular stocks in the entire stock market. So you might ask yourself, why would I do such a thing? Why would I jump in against the hottest plays in the market right now? Well, I'm going to tell you right here on my reasonings. Number one, the AI sector has been spiking for 15 months now without any real pullback. And the last 30 days have been the strongest moves of the last 15 months, showing that we are overextended. So let's go off point one. Point one shows that NVDA here. NVDA has been an absolute crazy ripper and runner. We all know that. In 2023, it was the number one stock to be able to be invested in. It was able to spike over 230%. So if we actually look back at a weekly chart, we can actually see in 2023, we were right around 197. Okay, right where my mouse is right here, that's where we were at. Then we were able to spike and climb all the way on up towards right around 490. Take a look what has happened in the past month and a half, the past 45 days. We basically have gone straight up in the past 45 days. That is crazy. Now, what I know is in penny stocks, when you have slow and steady moves, you usually never have pullbacks. But when you have straight up moves, you have overextended, which now leads to big time crashes. A perfect example of this would be like yesterday, HOLO. HOLO, for anyone who wants to see what I mean by this, is when you have slow and steady moves right here, team. Guess what happens? You don't really get any sort of big pullback. But once you have the big overextended move, that's where you get the big overextended drop all the way back on down. So what am I thinking when I'm taking a look at these charts sometimes? I'm saying to myself, hey guys, am I kind of being crazy here when I think that when I take a look at NVDA, we had a nice move, higher low, higher low, higher low, and now it's basically just going bananas? Where I do think we are starting to get to the point where it's overextended, and I do think we could start seeing a drop. Now, other than that, I'm also looking at, of course, SMCI. And SMCI, I'm going to say that this play is also pretty overextended. And what do I mean by that is it's going straight up for the last 4 or 5 weeks now. So I would not be surprised if this week or the upcoming week or whatever is going to have a red day or a red candles back on down towards 600. When we go from $200 to nearly $700, a $500 rip in a month, I do think there will be profit taking soon. And I don't think that's crazy for me to want to say, okay, I'm going against that grain here. So that's number one. Number two, NVDA has over an 80 on the RSI. Have over an 80, and we do have SMCI right here that has over a 90 on the RSI. So the RSI basically just tells us what is overbought and what is oversold. So you can see it right above right here, right above. Whenever you are above a 70, you are considered overbought. We are at a 91. It only goes up to 100. When you are at a 90 or higher, you usually see a lot of people start taking profits, start shorting, start getting out of play because you're so high on up at this point. So we could see that a 91 over on the daily chart. On the weekly chart, we're at an 87. If I wanted to take a look over on NVDA right here, we're at an 82 on the weekly chart, and we have an 81 on the daily chart. Again, overbought. So guess what? If I see a stock that's oversold, people usually tend to buy it. When a stock is overbought, people tend to sell it. Number 3, the S&P 500 is near 500. Yes, the market may move a little higher than 500, which will bring up AI stocks with it. But I do think somewhere around 500 will be the high before a pullback, as we already discussed. And number 4, all trends do die. I don't care if it's EV stocks, if it was treatment stocks, you can't say the V word, if it was GameStop, if it was AMC, if it was crypto, if it was whatever. All hype dies even on great things like AI. Now, again, I'm not saying that AI is a scam. It's not, but I think it's overly hyped. So when I take a look over on these plays here, traders, remember, what did I just say? I don't care if it was, we take a look over on Tesla. Let's go back to like a monthly time frame so you can see these. Tesla, there was a time that everyone said, buy electric vehicles, buy electric vehicles. We went on that electric vehicle spree and it came all the way crashing all the way back on down. Do you guys remember in 2021 when we had to stay inside our houses, everyone was buying pharmaceutical companies saying, oh, everyone buy pharmaceutical. And then guess what? Things got better and things came crashing on down. Then again, people said, oh, everyone go buy GameStop. GameStop, this is the best one. And then guess what happened? Eventually, things start crashing on down. And everyone said, go buy AMC, do this one now. And then guess what happened? You go on up and then you come crashing on down. Then everyone said, go ahead and buy cryptocurrencies. Crypto is the next one. It's everything, everyone. And then again, we can take a look at this. I have to zoom in a little bit more. So you can see that's basically like the crypto spike right here. I just got to zoom in a lot where we go straight on up. And then again, we come straight all the way back on down. So remember, I don't think AI is bad. I just think that this trend has just been going a little too crazy. That's all. You know, and I don't think that's a little too ridiculous. It's profitable. It's a good trend. It has been, very hot for 15 months. I just think that as we come up to 500 on the S&P 500, as we are again moving on up towards, I think, the final leg, as we're overextended, as everything's overbought, I am looking for these pullbacks. So I'll leave you with this little line right here. Let's be honest. I can't say the exact high and the moment that AI will fall. No, but I would rather be the first person shorting than the last person buying. I don't want to be a guy that says, oh, NVDA is up at 700. Hey, Dek, do you think this is a good opportunity to buy? Hey, NVDA right here. This plays up at 700. Hey, should I put my long-term investments all the way up here? If you are now buying NVDA and holding it, saying, oh yeah, I'm going to hold this for the next 3 years. It's like you buying crypto when it's a Bitcoin when it's at 60,000. It's like you buying the highest point you possibly can. I would rather be the first person shorting, just like the first person buying down here, rather than the last person buying at the top. So that's what I'm looking for. That's my idea, and that's what I'm on top of. So making sure everyone understands that. As of now, I am shorting SMCI. SMCI, we're actually getting a nice drop right now, guys. I've been shorting this play for the last 2 days now, yesterday and today. I'm currently in on this play at 683. We're actually getting a drop right now, and I'm currently now up $2,000 right now. So as I'm speaking about this play, it's starting to dump. Guys, right now, SMCI is dumping. SMCI is dumping right now. Let's go, SMCI. Guys, SMCI is dumping right now. I don't know what's going on. We're up $2,500 as I'm speaking about it. So SMCI, let's go SMCI. SMCI still dumping on down. SMCI, as I'm speaking about this play, as I'm talking about this play, it's starting to dump all the way back on down. It's getting very weak at this moment. So beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Oh man, hold on 1 second here. I want to make sure we're all good. I'm trying to get this mic over for... I'm going to have to do that at a different time for TikTok. But guys, this is that nice drop. This is this nice fade that, I'm looking for. And I want to see if SMCI can even keep getting weaker and weaker and weaker. So this thing is still dropping. This thing is still fading. And I want to see if this play can, continuously fade on down even lower, continuously fade on down and keep on dropping here even more. So let's get ready to go here. Let's get ready to see what comes on up, and let's get ready for some big action on this move. So let's go over to our 2024 right here. Get this on up. And obviously, we want to see if SMCI can just keep this party on up, with this drop. See if SMCI can keep getting weaker. See if SMCI can keep on fading. See if SMCI can keep getting, keep getting a drop all the way on down. That would be best case scenario if we can just keep on fading and falling. So we will keep that one on watch. We are getting a little bit of a bounce back on up. Market right now is live, traders. So market is live right now. And we're going to keep our eyes peeled over on SMCI. And hopefully we can go all the way down towards like sub 650 today. That would be best case scenario. Seeing SMCI basically start turning, start dropping all the way down to like sub 650 and starting to see this thing start ripping and start dropping even more. But guys, good morning to everyone. It's going to be a very active day. It's going to be a very wild day. And I'm excited to see. Oh man, look at this, guys. This is what's so crazy about SMCI. The moment you go straight on down, the moment it comes straight back on up. So basically, just up 2,000. Now again, right back on up here. So SMCI, this is one of these plays that can kind of play with your emotions a little bit. So, it's like an ex-girlfriend, all right? Can kind of play with your emotions a little bit here and there. One moment you think you're about to be making a ton of money. Next moment, you're kind of back to even on the play. So right here, team, obviously keeping our eyes peeled on everything. For anyone who does not know, the craziest play of last night, for anyone who does not know, the absolute wild play is HOLO. HOLO, traders. I'm going to put this into perspective for you guys right now. HOLO. If you guys take a look at these plays, this one went from $1 yesterday. Okay, HOLO went from $1 and it spiked to $50 in post market last night, $51. So let me just ask you guys a question. Who here has a $1,000 account? If you traded HOLO yesterday, you could have turned $1,000 into $50,000. Isn't that nuts to think about? That's insane. That is so wild. That is so crazy. That is so nuts to be thinking about. That HOLO here, team, this play went from $1 all the way up to $51. Could have been a $50,000 profit. Now, obviously, it's very difficult to ever know that a $1 stock's going to run up to $50, but it is there, and the possibility's there. And that's only if you have a thousand shares. Now, if you have 2,000 shares, 3,000 shares, 5,000 shares, a $5,000 account, you could have been able to make $250,000, right? You could have been able to make, crazy amounts of money. And that's what's so wild. Now, what's even more wild, team, is that on Lightspeed, I haven't even looked this on up, but on Lightspeed, there's literally a ginormous yellow sign here that says master symbol, HOLO, no short trading. So unfortunately, I cannot do anything with, again, HOLO. There's nothing I can do with HOLO at this moment for shorting wise because, team, there's a huge sign on Lightspeed that says no shorting. Now, why do you think they have this? I'm going to tell you right now. I think most likely a lot of clients, a lot of customers probably shorted HOLO. Maybe after it spiked up to $18 and they said, okay, that's it. It's starting to drop. Then got squeezed out. They blew up accounts. They lost their accounts. They might have gotten margin called, leveraged out. Then it ran all the way up to $29 and it started dumping and everyone said, yes, here comes the big short. Starts dumping and falling and falling. And then all of a sudden people jumped in on the shorts and they got squeezed out as it ran up to $51. Then guess what happens? Then it started fading and falling. I could imagine a lot of brokers not allowing HOLOW shorts. And the whole reason behind this is just because they're nervous that they're going to lose customers. They're nervous they're going to lose their accounts. They're nervous that they're going to fall into deep margin and they're going to have to pay out of it. So they're probably just saying, hey, no shares available to short, guys. We are not allowing shorts in any way. So we do have SMCI at this point. Also still trying to move itself on up. And dang, look at SMCI plays with your heart more than I can't even say. I have no idea. It's like, okay, SMCI, let's get this dump, and then it pops back on up. Now, right now, again, I'm only down $300. It's not like it's that big of a deal. But the thing is, I am looking ultimately for this reversal. I am looking ultimately for this crack. Now, SMCI team does have a very big uptrend. Let's go back to a 15-minute time frame, I believe it is. And let me get rid of this post market here. And this is what I wanted to see right here. That's it right there. Notice what we have. It's pretty clear. It's pretty simple on what we have at this moment. SMCI is bullish as long as we stay above this line, this purple line right here. SMCI is considered bearish when, guess what happens? When it starts going underneath this line right here. So if we take a look over on this play and we see that we have a bounce, and we see 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 we have a bounce right here, and we see we have a bounce right here, and we see we have a bounce right here, and we have bounce, 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 we have bounce, bounce, bounce. Guess what happens? That brings in a ton of hype, that brings in a ton of attention, that brings in a ton of madness. We love this. So SMCI at this time, traders, with all of this bouncing, with all this great momentum, with all of this hype here, it is bullish. Even though I'm shorting it right now, I have to give it to the bulls as long as it is still above this line. So what did we get quickly? We had the dump here for a second, and that's why I got excited, because once we dump this purple line, we are going to most likely fade and fall, and it's going to get weak, and it's going to get ugly, and it's going to really collapse here. That's what I'm really excited about. But right here, it did just get a little pop back on up. So, Dek, what's your game plan? What is your idea here? Well, when I take a look over on the S&P 500, the S&P 500, we're still watching, we're still waiting, we're going to see how well this can hold on up. Taking a look over at NVDA still getting a little bit of a pop on up. It is above 700, and I believe these are record highs at this moment. So NVDA is all the way up near around 700. We do have SMCI right now up near around that 700 region. I'm still holding onto my play because remember, team, I am waiting for that reversal. I am waiting for that dump. I do want to hold this play until tomorrow. I do want to hold this play until Monday. Now, the beautiful thing is when you are trading with shares and not options, I don't have to worry about time decay. I don't need to worry about theta. I don't need to worry about any of that stuff. I don't need to worry about time decay. I don't need to worry about theta. I don't need to worry about anything along those lines. All I need to do is just sit back and hold on to my shares. So that's one of the main reasons on why I'm trading shares and why I'm not doing options. Options, I have to know exactly when the dump's going to happen. Is the dump going to happen today? Or is the dump going to happen by the end of this week? If it doesn't happen what I want, then guess what happens? Then I have time decay. Then my time decay contracts start getting weaker. Then this and that and this and that. That's very difficult. It's very difficult to be able to pick the right play, pick the right direction, and have the right time frame of when it's going to dump. I have no idea. You guys know that. I'm being honest with you. I think the AI bubble will pop here pretty soon, but I don't know if it was yesterday. I don't know if it's today. I don't know if it's tomorrow. I don't know if it's Monday. So the thing is, I'm not doing option contracts where I have to put an expiration date and basically limit myself. And the longer that I'm wrong, the less value my contracts are. So I am paying a little bit more money to just do shares. And I know the shares are going to be able to make me money. Once we actually start dumping and falling, SMCI is going to pay out very well. Once SMCI actually does get the dump and the fall and crash, we know that again, a $20 drop, it's going to be $2,000. We're going to see, we're going to see a $100 crack that, $20,000 in profit. So it's like, SMCI, this one, I'm just waiting for that one red day to really, again, start paying me on out and start getting my profit. Well, Dek, would you just hold forever? And as I told you guys yesterday, no, that's, irresponsible. You can't hold forever. If this one ever started breaking 700 or so, I would get out and I would say, hey, if it breaks 700, let it rip and run above 700. And you know what? I can always get in higher then. But if we break 700 and all of a sudden we start spiking up to 720, 740, 750, I could always jump back in at 740, at 750, at 770. I don't need to be waiting the whole entire bulk of losing a ton of money. You know what I mean? So the thing is, I will have limits. You guys know what my thought process is, but I've been having the most tremendous 2024. I don't want to throw away my gains. The last thing I think people want to do, so I'm going to draw you guys a little diagram here, a little picture here. What I think the best thing for, again, traders to realize is that a lot of people, say, okay, the stock's moving on up. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to short it right here. Okay, I like the opportunity. I like what you're thinking. And Dek, I'm looking for it to fall. But you know what? Let's say worst case scenario happens and it starts spiking back on up. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get out. I'm going to get out right here. And you might say, well, Dek, you said that you thought it was going to dump and I'm still holding my shorts. I still think it's going to dump. But you know what? I don't want to be holding it as it's still spiking and climbing and spiking and climbing. And I can always just re-enter then right here. So if that scenario does happen, and let's say, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to say, all right, I'm going to take this loss. And this loss right here might be $3,000. There's a potential that that's what the loss could be. $3,000. It's way better than holding all the way up here and being down $12,000. Now I have to basically say to myself, okay, I need to make back $12,000, then I'm in the profit. That's not fun. Or it's, okay, I'm going to re-enter right here, and now I just got to make back $3,000. And now I'm in the profit. So the thing is, the worst thing you can do a lot of times is when you are in the wrong and you realize you're in the wrong, the last thing you can do is just keep holding and hoping and holding and hoping and holding and hoping and hope it goes your way and hope this happens and hope this happens. That's not what you want, right? So make sure you have a smart game plan and you think these things through and you think about these ideas and you think about how you can be able to make this money. You think about how you can make this cash, right? That's what you want to be, doing, breaking these on down to good, studious levels and making sure that you guys are all set. So we're all set, ready to go. Ready to rock and roll on this day here, traders.
You blocked me on Facebook, and now you're going to die.
So right now we're all set, ready to rock. Oh, I love it. Alrighty, guys. We got someone over on YouTube says, Dek, I don't think you can trade. You can't trade. John Bond. All right, awesome. I love it. Hey, John, I'm going to throw something out here for you, okay? Throw it out there for you. If you want to do it, great. If you don't want to do it, no problem whatsoever. But John, if you think that I don't know what I'm talking about trading, and if you think that I'm just randomly sitting here wasting everyone's time, how about you and I, okay? You and I, we do this. You put up $10,000. I put up $10,000. We trade the $10,000 for 1 week straight. If you win and you make more money, I'll give you my 10,000 bucks. If I win, you give me my 10,000 bucks. So again, we're both depositing $10,000 in Lightspeed. Lightspeed is going to take both of our $10,000 and he or she, whatever Lightspeed is managing it, will give the winner the other $10,000. Does that sound like a fair deal? So I know you're trading real money. And you know what? If I beat you, which I probably will, you can't run away with your $10,000 because again, Lightspeed's going to take it and give it to me. So John, you got two options. Either again, put up $10,000 and we both trade against each other, or again, you shut the heck up! Because you ain't got nothing on me! You got nothing! You got nothing! You ain't it, buddy! You ain't that guy, buddy! So you can sit there while living in your little tiny trailer, sitting outside with your wife holding up a satellite trying to get Wi-Fi to even watch me! You ain't got the guts to take me on! Put it up! Put it up, bud! You ain't got the guts! Oh, I love it. I love it. He ain't got it. He ain't got the guts. Right now, SMCI here, traders. SMCI. We're all set, ready to go. Oh. See if this play can keep on dropping here. I do enjoy going on YouTube days. I do enjoy the YouTube day, guys. And I love helping every single person be able to make some money, be able to make some cash. We'll be all good here. Sometimes you just gotta stand up. Stand up, let's go! Let's go! Guys, let's see what else we have here. SYRA. SYRA. All the way from $1 all the way up to $10. That's a huge rip and run. From $1 all the way up to $10. We went all the way from $3 all the way up to $5. HKIT starting to fade itself back on down. MLGO going from 90 cents all the way up to $1.40. We got CCTG. We got SXTC here. Right now, team, we are in the green over on our SMCI trade. And I know, again, like this, so this always comes on up. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. This always comes on up. People say, hey, Dek. People say, Dek, you're up $600 right now. Why don't you just take your profits and that's it, and then enjoy your day? The thing is, team, I don't mind that in any sort of way. If someone right now said, hey, Dek, why don't you just take your $750 and you're good to go? That is absolutely fine. And if you guys are doing a put contract, or if you guys are doing a short on SMCI, I think that is absolutely a-okay. There is never anything wrong with taking profits. Nothing wrong with taking profits. But what I want you guys to realize about these plays is that I am looking for a bigger move here. Sure, if I all of a sudden go from $700 and I'm down $5,000, yes, guys, it's always, I wish I would have, could have, should have. Oh, I wish I took my profits. I wish I did this. But I got in on this trade for a reason. And what's my reason on this trade? My reason is when I take a look over on SMCI and I see that in the last 35 days, it's gone from 300 to 700. We've got on a $400 spike. It does just make me say, hey, I think SMCI, I'm going to be able to make more than a $5 move. Right now, we're at the price of $678. My entry right here is $683. Do you think if we've gone on a $500 move, that when we actually start, or excuse me, a $500 move, is that when we actually start fading and when we actually start falling, we're going to be able to make more than $5? Traders, I really don't want a $5 move. I want a $50 move. I want a $100 move. I want to see SMCI go from 680 and come back down to sub 600. I want to see SMCI go from, again, 680 right here and drop back on down towards, $500. Now, some people say, well, Dek, no, that's so crazy. Guys, it's crazy that we went from 300 to 700. It's crazy that we were able to go on a $500 or a $400 rip to begin with. If we got on a $400 spike, a $100 pullback really isn't that crazy. That's a 20% pullback. So, that's kind of what I'm saying. So yes, I will be honest with you. I am in the green right now. If I walked away in the green with $150, that's great. But the thing is, I just want to give this play time to do what I hopefully want it to do. To do what I hopefully want it to, have the setup to do here. So right now, traders, I'm always going to just kind of let it rock on out. And obviously, game plan would be we want to see like sub 660s by the end of today. Sub 660s, start and fade back on down. And we'll see what we get. Also, team, a lot of great momentum. Shout out to everyone being with us today, guys. If you guys are already enjoying the show, if you guys are saying, hey, Dek, you're bringing a lot of value, a lot of education, you are, again, showing your trades, you're being transparent, everything that you want out of a mentor, make sure you guys, again, smash that thumbs on up right now. Make sure you guys smash that thumbs on up right now so that you guys are all set, ready to rock here. Also, ladies and gentlemen, what else was I going to say here? Who also knows? Tonight at 7 o'clock, tonight at 7 p.m., I am dropping an announcement. And the announcement, team, is going to be absolutely awesome. If you are not a Tradecaster member and you are looking forward to be one, hey, we're going to hook you guys on up. If you guys are already Tradecaster members and you guys are looking to upgrade, we're going to hook you guys on up. If you guys would like to have trade idea scanners, we're going to hook you guys on up. If you guys would like to have TradeZella, we are going to hook you guys on up. If you guys would like to have a new scanner here, we are going to hook you guys on up. If you guys are interested in getting Lightspeed for free, we are going to hook you guys on up. We are going to hook you guys on up with so much tonight. It's going to be legendary. So let's see what we do get. Let's see where this momentum's going to take us, and let's see where this hype is going to be bringing us there too. Squeeze Apes, you got any more of those Tradecaster lifetime memberships? Always, buddy. And wait until 7 o'clock tonight. We're going to have a blast. SPY right here, traders. SPY, little bit of a drop. What was the high right now? High 498.35. That's still not the record high. The record high is 498.53. Right? 498.53 is the record high right now. Do we have anything coming out at 10 o'clock here? Let's go and check it. See. Let's go economic data. Economic calendar here. We have this week's major U.S. economic reports and Fed speakers. we can take a look Thursday, 10 o'clock wholesale inventories. So Thursday, 10 o'clock in 10 minutes, we do have some news coming on out. That's going to be big. Traders, let's go ahead and check out some of these wild plays here. So what do we have? SYRA. SYRA, massive spike, big time dump, nice spike, starting to get a dump back on down. HKIT, basically just starting to dump back on down here, team. There were so many stocks that were low float gappers this morning. So many low float gappers. SYRA, massive dump or massive spike, now dumping. HKIT this morning. Take a look at this play. This one was a massive spike starting to dump. MLGO, this one's starting to take on off a little bit. CCTG, a little bit of a fade. And obviously it all came because of HOLO. HOLO, oh man, team, there are no shares available to short on HOLO. You're not allowed to short HOLO, but traders, HOLO went from $43 to $24. I already showed you this. Anyone else on Lightspeed right now? Anyone else on Lightspeed, you will literally see that right here. It just says, hey, no shares available to short. So you guys can see right here, it just says HOLO, no short trading available. No short trading available. They won't allow it. They won't allow any sort of shares available to short in any sort of way. Because, too many people got stuck. Too many people got squeezed. Too many people had some issues with that. I want to hear from you guys, though, right now. Can everyone right now type on out or give me an idea? What are you guys trading right now? Are you guys doing what I'm doing? Is there anyone else trying to short the AI bubble? Or are you guys, looking at HOLO? Or are you guys looking at HKIT? I kind of want to hear from you guys at this moment. So if everyone can, Justin, I'll be able to kind of see a good view of everyone here. What are you guys trading? What are you guys looking at? You guys understand my game plan, what I've been on, what I'm focusing on, what I'm looking at, what my idea is here. But I do want to make sure every single person is all fired in and, all set here. Some traders looking at ARM. ARM's great. Team, I'm going to talk about ARM here for a little bit. Who remembers ARM? ARM, team, this was absolutely fantastic. ARM, for anyone who does not know, this is actually turning into, it seems like, one of the best gainers. Now, ARM, I remember seeing ARM at $40, $48, $45. I remember seeing ARM come on out. This came on out in the fall time. And do you guys remember what Wall Street said? It said ARM is going to be the biggest IPO that we have had in 5 years. Now, if anyone who does not know what ARM does, ARM supplies the chips to NVIDIA. So you know how NVIDIA has these AI chips and everyone wants them? Guess who makes them? ARM. And now ARM has gone from $46 all the way up towards $80, coming out with a good earnings report last night, and now is all the way up towards $110. So ARM is part of this AI bubble as well. It is part of this AI hype. It is part of this AI activity here. So we are seeing a lot of this ARM attention and this ARM hype here. That's been very, very good. Some of you guys are saying you guys are looking over on Tesla. Tesla right here. This play has gone from 190 all the way down towards 185. 185 back on up towards 188. Tesla has been a stock that has been just getting absolutely destroyed here. And Tesla's been fading all the way back on down. Might get a pop up to 13 EMA. Came on down to 175 before getting a nice bounce. Civilized Citizen, hey boss, send you a message for a subscription. I appreciate you. Email me at dekmartrades@gmail.com, or you can hit up the blue circle in the bottom left-hand corner on Tradecaster. There's live support there right now, and they'll help you. So if you guys want to come on over to Tradecaster, ask any questions about a subscription or anything, you guys are more than welcome to. But there is always a blue circle, bottom left-hand corner, and they will help you out with anything that you guys need. So there's live support right here. They will help you on out, okay? Also, as you guys know, we have all these traders live right now on Tradecaster. How amazing is this? All these traders live on Tradecaster, absolutely crushing it, doing their thing, turning this into the Twitch of stock trading. This is amazing. I love it. All these traders live. There's no other community in the world that has all these traders live every single day. Guys, we got 5 minutes until we get our wholesale inventory, and we are looking to see if we are going to get a fade or a drop on that. So we're still just staying patient right here. What's NVDA doing at this moment? I know NVDA is basically like the leader of this AI hype. NVDA basically went straight up, straight on down, straight up, and now we are looking for that 10 o'clock move to come back on down. I'm basically just sitting even at this time. Now, if anyone's saying, Dek, what are we really looking for on SMCI? It's right here. Go over, switch on over, time frame, 15-minute time frame. 15-minute time frame, connect the bottom dots, there's your answer. If you're asking me, Dek, when do you start feeling very comfortable on your shorts? When are you going to get into that very nice little sweet spot where you just don't think anything wrong is going to happen? My sweet spot is when we start dropping back down into the 660s. When we start dropping back down into the 660s, we are cracking the main uptrend, and that's where I'm saying to myself, ooh, we're in the sweet spot now. We're in the good spot. I am shorting a little bit up high now at the 681 mark for the hopes that we do get the crack and that we start falling and fading back on down. Remember, team, I put everything in our morning newsletter today going over, the AI sector has been spiking for 15 months. NVDA over an 80 on the RSI, SMCI over a 90, SPY up near 500, all trends die. I would rather be the first one shorting than the last one buying. So these are all things, of course, that I was going over in our morning newsletter today, making sure everyone is, all dialed in and all set, ready to go. So it's just so important here, traders, making sure everyone's all set. Now, if you guys do not get the morning newsletter, just copy and paste this into your browser, and you guys will be all set. So morning newsletter. You're all set here. Awesome. So make sure you guys are getting that every single day so I can give you guys my alerts and give you guys my plays. Heads on up, ARM. ARM right now, traders, still trying to push on up. ARM right now, still trying to push on up. ARM still trying to get a little bit of this momentum and try to get a little bit of this hype. We got ARM still trying to get this move. Guys, we got 4 minutes here until we should get a little bit more action. Should get a little bit more action in the next 2 or 3 minutes. Man, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what happens today. I'm excited to see what happens tomorrow in this market. I'm excited to see what happens at 10 o'clock. We got Super Bowl weekend. It's going to be a blast. Should be a huge day ahead. Team, let's see what happens at this 10 o'clock time. Right now, SYRA. This one is still coming back on down. I think that's been halted for a bit. HKIT, this play, not doing too much. MLGO. MLGO could be a nice little fader right back on down as well. I want to see what happens at 10 o'clock and see if this market kind of gets a little bit more life. I would like to see NVDA be able to crack underneath 700. We did just hit some record highs. Record highs all the way on up towards around 708. And we do have SMCI at this moment, which I am looking to see if that one's going to be able to crack on down towards, again, that 670s, 660s. Once you get into the 660s, as I said, I feel very comfortable. I feel absolutely fine, and we're all set. What do we got, Tyree? Netflix starting to get a little bit of a dump. Man, this is one of my favorite things about being part of a community. Being in this community, team, we never miss a play. When the one thing dumps, people are alerted. When one thing spikes, people alert. Sometimes people say, hey, Dek, how do you always find like these plays so quick and so fast? And yes, I do have my techniques. And yes, I do have scanners. And yes, I have been in this market for a very long time. But I cannot manage and watch every single play out of 8,000 options. So you know what sometimes I do? Is you guys. You guys, again, post so much. You guys are always posting all the best plays. You guys are always posting the best opportunities. You guys are always posting the best possible stocks. You guys are always on top of it. So I love how there's so many of us. We never, again, miss any sort of dump or spike or move or any of that. There's always someone alerting. Right now, team, 45 seconds until the SPY gets a little bit of movement. Remember, the record high is 498.53. At 10 o'clock, we have wholesale inventories. Not the biggest thing in the world, but we know that 10 o'clock, we usually see a little bit of hype. At 10 o'clock, we usually see a little bit of action. 10 o'clock, we see a little bit of momentum. So come on here. Let's get these tunes up a little bit. I'm turning up the music here because I need the energy up a little higher here. $10 o'clock right now. Let's see what we get. Right now, is Spy trying to get a little push. Spy trying to get a little push at this moment. Not really any big movement just yet here. We are playing this waiting game at this moment. And I've told you guys a bajillion times, we do have to be watching for what area to break. The magic area for us, if you're saying, Dek, what is that trend line area that's kind of like perfectly lined on up? The magic area we need is going to be 677 to snap. We go underneath 677, that is where we can start snapping. That is where we can start dropping. That is where we can start getting that weakness. 677 area. Once we start snapping that mark, that's where we'll be all set, ready to go. So if you are interested in getting involved, you can always wait until we do get that crack here. I'm also going to let you guys know right now, ARM has been fantastic. Guys, take a look over on ARM right now. This is probably the hottest play I'm seeing at this moment. Probably the hottest play at this time is ARM. If you're saying, Dek, how high is this going to go up to? I think 119.20-ish. 119.20, it just, there's no past chart history pattern, but I do think right around that 119.20-ish mark is probably where we're going to start hitting some sort of resistance. So I would just be aware of that. Somewhere in the mid 119s, maybe even a 120 touch. But this thing has just gone on an absolutely awesome pop right here. We'll see if we are going to start getting that reversal. How's NVDA doing? NVDA right now still trying to get a little bit of momentum. We have SMCI right here still trying to get a little bit of momentum. We have the S&P 500 right here, which is still trying to, build on up here slightly. So everything's still holding, everything's still building. It is going to be a little bit of that, slow and steady, and let it build, let it hold itself on up. MLGO just got halted. Let's take a look over on MLGO. MLGO has been dumping on down. So there has been some opportunities for these penny stock plays. Penny stock plays has been SYRA, big rip, big dump. HKIT right here. HKIT, big rip, big dump. MLGO right here, big rip, big dump. Right? We've seen HOLO, big rip, big dump. CCTG. HOLO team was just, guys, HOLO, it kind of stinks that you're like brokers. Does anyone have shares available to short? Is there anyone here that says, oh yeah, Dek, I have shares available to short? Because Lightspeed is not allowing anyone to short this because they just don't want to get squeezed, their customers to lose all their money. But look what HLO has done so far. HLO has gone from $42 all the way down to 20 bucks. Team, this thing is falling apart at this moment. HOLO, this is the crazy thing about penny stocks. So when people say, Dek, why do you like shorting so much? I like shorting so much because these plays are usually just... you got to think about it like this. All right, let's think about this, team. I'm going to draw a little diagram for you to kind of get you on the shorting wave. Okay, so I'm going to try to get you on the shorting wave here for anyone who says, I don't know about shorting, I don't trust shorting. Okay, let me think about this. We have all of these companies. Okay, we have company A, B, and C, and these companies are very good companies. These companies are like Apple, right? These companies are like Microsoft. These companies are like Tesla. And they have thousands and hundreds of thousands of employees. And they're making billions of dollars, making so much money. And these are companies over the long term that do move on up. And even when they get good drops, they usually recover very nicely. And they get good drops and they recover very nicely. So a lot of people are always in the market of looking to buy and looking to hold. But what if I showed you a company? And these companies were not ABC. These companies right here were D, E, F. And these are all companies that didn't have any employee whatsoever. These companies only had themselves. These companies only made a few $100,000 to maybe only a few $1,000s a year. These companies didn't have big corporations. They worked out of their parents' basement. They worked out of a shed. And all of a sudden, the stock that has been moving sideways or is fading for the last few years randomly spikes on up. What do we think is most likely going to happen? Well, I'll let you guys know there's probably a great chance that it's going to come back on down. Because even with a spike on up, these companies are not profitable, these companies are not sustainable, and these companies are not the next big thing. That is why every single morning, when we take a look at of all the best plays, the big spike, that basically the stock that has done nothing, the one when it does spike on up, does come crashing on down. Or HKIT, the stock that everyone says, oh, this is going to be the next big spike. The stock that has been doing nothing spikes on up, and then it comes crashing on down. Or the stock right here of MLGO, which has done nothing. Guess what happens? It comes crashing on down. Every spike in the penny stock world comes crashing on down. Why do we not get that through our heads? That when these plays go on these big rips and runs, they all come falling back on down. So, what do you need to realize? You have to change your mindset, okay? I am going to break you out of the matrix right now, okay? You probably have heard that term before. You right here, maybe not you, hopefully not you, is this guy. Or you used to be this guy. You were the guy right here that was extremely uneducated in the stock market. But you had money, and guess what you wanted to do? You wanted to make a lot more of it. You wanted to make a lot more money. So, what did you realize? You said, let me go on this fancy thing called a computer and let me see what everyone else is talking about. And as you sit there, you're reading this and this and this, and all of a sudden everyone says, oh, go buy this stock, go buy this stock, go buy this stock. So as the stock is starting to spike and spike and spike and spike and spike, you start saying to yourself, Eureka! Hey, I'm going to become rich. This is the stock that everyone's talking about on the internet. I'm going to go ahead and put my money right here. And as you put your money right there, then the stock comes crashing on down, and all of a sudden, you are now extremely upset, and you're saying, what the heck? Why is it that everyone else seems like they won, and I'm the person who lost? Because you are always looking for the next big spike. What's the next big spike? What's the next big run? What's the next big rip? What's the play everyone else is buying? First things first. If you are going to Reddit and you are going to Twitter and you are going to StockTwits to buy stocks, seeing what everyone else is buying, you are already the sheep. You are the person that's buying after every single other person and just giving your money to the people underneath you. That's all you're doing. And then you are going to start tweeting, hoping to find another one of you to go ahead and put money to make the stock go up even higher. That's not the proper way to trade. So why don't we step out of that whole entire circus? Why don't we step out of being the sheep? Why don't we step out of trying to find the 1 out of 8,000 that's going out of a spike? And why don't we just wait for all these people to buy, and the moment we start turning, we make the money. And as everyone is saying, what the heck, we profit from here to here. So instead of us trying to find the next hot crypto or the next big penny stock or the next big pump, we just wait for the crypto to spike. We just wait for the pump to happen. We just wait for everyone to talk about it. And then we can go ahead and short it. You guys want to hear something crazy? One of my best shorts ever was GameStop. Now you might say, hey, Dek, GameStop, that was the one that everyone was buying. Absolutely. That was the one of my best shorts ever. You're telling me the stock that went straight on up and then came straight back on down isn't profitable? That play was extremely profitable. I loved GameStop. I loved it on the way up, and I loved it even more on the way back on down. Because we knew that this was getting out of hand. We knew that this was getting crazy. We knew that when we saw GameStop, things are getting a little bit nuts here. At some point, this is going to collapse. And the moment it starts collapsing, you can make tons of money as people, for some reason or another, just say to themselves, oh, hey, I don't want to short. I want to keep going long. Let's keep buying. And it just demolishes them. I don't know where it comes from that people are like, I don't want to short. And people say, oh, I'm scared of the infinite losses. I'm scared of like the infinite that it might keep on going up. Let me throw something out here for you, okay? If GameStop is at $50 and it goes and you short this play and it goes up to $100, yes, you are right. You are probably going to blow up your account. But I'm also going to tell you right now, if you are long on this play and it falls all the way down towards $1, guess what's going to happen? You're also going to blow up your account. Like, it doesn't matter. People are like, oh, I'm scared of infinite loss. You're losing your money if it drops on down as well. That also, nowadays, it's not 1992. Your broker is not going to allow you to lose more than your balance. So if you have $10,000 on this, your broker, if you do or do not know, once you lose $9,000, probably $400, your broker is going to say, yeah, we're not going to allow you to lose more than $10,000 because we don't want to get caught up in this whole legal battle or whatnot. We are going to now exit out of your position for you. So whenever you actually do lose your entire account, that's when they basically just liquidate your account for you, and they are going to sell off your shares, and then that's where you're going to be all set, good to go. So there's no reason not to be shorting. It's easier, it's just as profitable, it's more predictable, and you will have a better success rate. I'm telling you this right now. But people are still going to hit me up and say, well, what's the best stock? What's the next big rip and run? Team, I have no idea that SYRA was going to spike today. Zero idea that SYRA was going to spike. Zero idea that HKIT was going to spike on up. Zero idea that MLGO was going to spike. But I could tell you this morning that MLGO, after it did spike, was going to dump. And I could tell you that HKIT was going to turn and dump. And I could tell you that SYRA was going to turn and dump. Talk about where the predictability's at. Talk about where the ease of is at. Talk about why we do this. Shorting is so important. Tonight at 7 o'clock, if you guys want to have the best shorting broker, Lightspeed, they are literally giving us an amazing deal. I'll tell you what the deal is right now. They are giving you 3 free months. 3 free months where it's free. Okay? So as long as you are a Tradecaster member, you are getting 3 months of free access to Lightspeed, where you can get these shorts, you can make these trades, you can have the platform. That's one of the things coming up tonight. So there's no reason for not everyone to be shorting coming on up here. So I want to make sure that you guys are all set. I want to make sure that you guys are all good. Mason, where can I get the Tradecaster cap? Hit me on up. I only got a couple left. I'll be honest. I only have a couple left here. I got to order some more. I love the support, guys. I did not know all these Tradecaster hats were going to fly off the shelf so quickly. I had 25 of them, and already 21 of them are sold. So I will try to order some more coming on up. Absolutely. But if you guys, again, want a little Tradecaster hat, high quality. High quality stuff. How high is the quality, some people may ask. I will tell you right now. So if you take a plane to Bangkok and you walk through the deepest part of the city, you will find a little old man smoking out of a little tobacco pipe sitting in front of a rusty door. If you walk up to him and you stick out your left hand for a handshake, he will open up that door and he will take you downstairs into a place that they are only building these hats. Now, why are these hats so special? Because they are mixed with Siberian tiger. Now, we don't harm the tigers. I'm a big tiger fanatic. They're endangered species. What we do is we take them away from poachers. We, again, breed them. We raise them. We feed them. And then we bring them back into the deepest parts of Siberia where we know they're going to be safe. But when they are cubs, we shave off the fur, which we need to go ahead and put treatments and vaccines, and we use the fur for the caps. Now, this is a very delicate process, and it takes me over $20,000 to produce one single hat. And I only sell them for $39. That's what's so crazy here. That's what's so wild here. So if you guys would like a $20,000 hat for the price of only $39, hit me on up. Email me, dekmartrades@gmail.com. We don't hurt tigers, endangered species. Harley girl, you are the Matt Rife of stock trading. Hey, I like that. I'll take that. I'll take that any day of the week. Thank you so much. That might be the nicest thing someone said to me in a little bit. Where are we at here, traders? Where's my P&L board? Here it is. I was like, where the heck did my P&L go? right now, in the green. Back in the green right here, team. Can I ask you guys, is there anyone else here? And just a couple little questions. People say, Deck, how do I get the Lightspeed discount? How do I get the free months? How do I get part of Tradecaster? I'm going to let you guys know right now. 7 o'clock tonight, I'm going to give you guys all the details. If you guys want the most affordable Tradecaster access ever, you guys want to be here tonight. On social media, on the email list, whatever. Lightspeed tonight. TradeZella tonight. Trade Ideas tonight. Fox Runner, News Scanner tonight. So we have a lot of big things coming on up here. Can I ask you right now, just so I don't, is there anyone else at this moment? Is there anyone else out in the world that can hear me right now as I speak that is also doing any sort of NVDA puts at this time? Is there anyone else out in the world that's doing any sort of SCMI shorts at this time? Is there anyone else out there that's doing this with me? If you guys are, stand on up, put your hand on up, just so I know again where my cadets are at. Where again my soldiers are at with me. Now, if you guys are or aren't, what it really comes on down to, just little heads on up. It comes on down to we have to crack the price of $677. Okay? If you go underneath the price of $677, that's going to be the crack of the trend line. So please understand that right now. I don't want to sell you guys some sort of fake dream that all of a sudden all of us are going to be extremely wealthy and loaded in the next 2 minutes. I will tell you right now, as long as SMCI is above this uptrend, I am still saying it is bullish. Now, that's not what you want to hear if you're shorting right now. If you are shorting right now and say, Deck, I'm shorting it because you're shorting it. I'm letting you know right now, we are still considered bullish, which means buyers are still in control. So if you do not feel comfortable with that in any sort of way, wait until this uptrend cracks. You will have a much better chance of success. So Deck, why be in right now then? Well, if you're in right now, when you do get the crack, you're going to have a better position. You're going to be able to make more money. You'll have a better entry. But the con about it is the uncertainty. We may not crack. We may pop back up towards 700. We may go up towards, and keep riding this uptrend. So the crack of this uptrend is where we have more stability. Make sense? So make sure that you guys do understand that right there. Right now, 10.17 in this market. Still waiting for that turnaround. What's the SPY doing right now? SPY really hasn't done too much though either. SPY kind of just moving sideways, kind of sitting right at that VWAP. Things are moving a little bit sideways at this moment. So yeah, I mean, we got the right idea, but it just hasn't, come to fruition yet. Right? We have the right idea. It's just not, set in stone just at this moment here. Right now, SPY still watching these moves, still watching these plays here. Bubble going pop. Hey, I know, hey, Silverback, Alex Vaughn. Woo! I don't know what it is about this song. I have no idea. Something just makes me feel like I could listen to it for like 8 hours. I just feel like I could listen to this song for 8 hours. Just goes on repeat over and over. Is there a world record for just listening to Lose It by Fisher? I'm losing it. Dun 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 dun. That's it. Now, a little heads on up, traders. I do want traders to realize that next week is a big week for us. And you might say, Dek, what's next week? Next week, we do have CPI data. Next week, we do have PPI data. So inflation next Tuesday and Wednesday could be the move that we're waiting for. Is there a possibility that today, all we do is move sideways? Yes. Is there a possibility that on Friday and Monday, all we do is move sideways? Yes. But then we do have CPI data. Then we do have PPI data. And what CPI data and PPI data is, it shows us inflation. It gives us the inflation gauge. So with us coming out with inflation data, that could be the data that's needed to basically break this market. So I don't want to just sit around for the next 3 to 4 days, obviously, but that is something that the market may still try to keep moving on up until we do get that break, until we do get that, drop, until we do get that CPI data, which, could lead towards a very nice profit in one way or another. SYRA, still watching this play over on SYRA. SYRA still has some higher lows though. SYRA still has a little bit of higher lows. Still waiting on this one. Still watching this one. We're going to be staying alert. Now, so far in 2024, I'm up a little bit over $17,000. Now, as you guys know, I've been posting, I slacked a little bit when I was out in Utah, but I've been posting nearly every single day over on my YouTube. So you guys can always go over to my YouTube here, and you guys can be able to watch, my videos on, all the profits I've been able to make. Day 16, day 15, the next Bitcoin, day 9, day 8, day 7, day 6, day 5, day 4, going over all of these days. So make sure if you guys have not checked these on out, you guys go ahead and do check these on out. And I'm going to continue to upload these all the time. So you guys can continue to watch these, continue to check them on out. And make sure you guys subscribe over to my YouTube channel if you guys have not yet. I appreciate you. I appreciate the love. Where is Bitcoin sitting at this moment? I haven't really checked it on out here in a little bit. Take a look over on Bitcoin price. Bitcoin 45,000 actually got a little bit of a rise overnight. So we actually take a look over the past 6 months. Bitcoin had so much hype because of the ETF, right? We had hype because of the ETF, hype because of the ETF, hype because of the ETF. And then we did get a drop all the way back down to 39,500, and then started building itself back on up. Do I think Bitcoin is going to be able to make you money? Yes, I do. Do I think Bitcoin's making you money? Yes. Do I think Bitcoin is going to be successful? Yes. Do I think Bitcoin is going to hit new highs eventually? The answer is yes, I do. I think it will, absolutely. Year to date, it's only up 2%, but last 6 months, it's up 51%. Past year, it's up almost 100%. Remember when Bitcoin dropped all the way on down towards around 16,000? I wanted to get involved at 12,000. That's where I would have felt great, but Bitcoin, basically got that next launch, got that next leg on up. Let me ask the chat room, everyone listening right now at this moment, who is in on Bitcoin? What price are you in at? Does anyone have a very good price? Anyone in at 20,000? Anyone in the teens? Anyone in the low 30s? Did anyone jump in right here at 45,000? So we'll see what we get. But I know so many traders were hyped up for that ETF. And look what happened on the ETF. ETF was climbing and climbing and climbing and climbing and climbing. And then just sold on off. Climb, 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 climb. And then sold on off. So that ETF basically the ETF almost killed it. The ETF is what hurt it so bad. Guys, back in the green over on SMCI for a little bit right now. So SMCI, we are back in the green at this moment. I'll be honest as well. Little side note if I may throw out there, team. I'm going to throw this out here real quickly. I don't know what that gopher or that groundhog or that little chipmunk for Groundhog's Day. Okay. That guy was correct. You know what I mean? Like, we talked about this. He came on out. He didn't see his shadow. And then he said, that little groundhog said, there is now spring. Spring's like next week. And I'll be honest, that little guy's right. Right now, this is very warm for us. It's 52 degrees outside. This weekend's going to be 55 in Pennsylvania. 55 degrees. It's February. I don't know what that groundhog did. Sometimes I think it's a little silly. But you know what? If he keeps making accurate calls like that, I'm going to pay some money to get him here on stream and get him stock trading. I want to set up some sort of little system. If he sees his shadow, then again, we go to the next play. If he doesn't see a shadow, then we stay on SMCI. When is the AI bubble going to pop? Maybe we stick him on a calendar, and whatever date he runs over to, that's the day that it's going to pop on off. Maybe I got to go out and purchase myself a groundhog to get, more accurate alerts for everyone. Get more accurate trades here. We'll see. But that guy's been spot on right now. It's 50 degrees outside. Right now, taking a look over on ARM. Traders, what pattern is this over on ARM? ARM right now. Nice bull flag setup. Bull flag setup over on ARM. Stock's on a beautiful rip and run. Traders, all you got to do at this point is that hold that downtrend. Hold that downtrend, and you guys are all good to go. Hold that downtrend, and everyone will be all set here. Hold that downtrend, and you guys will be all ready to rock. So if you guys are doing shorts, if you guys are doing puts, as long as it stays underneath the price of 121, you have nothing to worry about. And that's always a great feeling. It's always a great feeling where you know where you have to get out. You know your limit. Do a put contract right now. If it goes above 121, you're out of the play. It's as easy as that. If it stays underneath 121, you're still good to hold. But that's the perfect way how to trade the stock. Perfect way how to trade this play is you take a look at this downtrend and you say to yourself, all right, as long as it doesn't get above 121, I'm good to hold. Get as close as you can to 121 so you can keep getting that drop and hopefully get that big fade on off all the way on down towards that VWAP. VWAP's all the way back down towards 110, but we can see we're on a very nice spike and we are on a downtrend. Now, the issue is, you can start seeing, I don't know exactly where this is going to kind of line on up, but you can see a little bit of a wedge that's going to form. There will be some sort of dip buy. There will be some sort of bounce play as we get to this wedge, and then it's going to try to see if it can squeeze or not. Also, team, little heads on up. If you guys don't follow me on Twitter, make sure you guys go follow me right now. I want to get up to 100,000 followers if I can. So if you guys do not follow me on Twitter, that is probably where I am the most active. That is where I post a ton of stuff. So if you guys do not follow me on Twitter, make sure you guys go on over there. Check me on out over on Twitter. And you guys will be all set, ready to go. So please, make sure you guys go ahead. I've always posted a lot of great alerts there, helping you guys on out any way I possibly can. Taco's been treating me lovely. Love the taco life, guys. That was so much fun. Very happy with this truck. It's always a blast to drive. Little Toyota, a little Yoda taco. Little Yoda taco. Okay, X, not Twitter. X. X. Guys, arm getting a little bit tighter inside this wedge. Still inside this little bull flag pattern, guys. Still inside this little bull flag pattern. Yesterday at the gas station, I had my first taco brethren come on up. I was filling up the puppy, filling up with gas. And this other, again, Toyota comes up right behind me. Guy steps on out. And he goes, hey. I said, hey. He goes, nice Yoda. I said, hey, nice taco. And we went about our business. But I would take a bullet for that guy. I would take a bullet for him. We connected on a level that people just don't understand. That was it. He went inside, bought himself a frozen Reese's. I filled up my tank with 87. Drove out of there. Got myself a slushie. Went home. Team, we're waiting for SMCI. Guys, I think, I'll be honest here, team. I know right now I'm trying to kill a little bit of time. I think we do have an amazing entry. You know, when I started bringing this idea yesterday to I got a few concerned folks, got a few concerned people saying, Deck, I don't know if I like this idea. Well, a couple different things, team. When I'm talking about shorting the hottest trend in the market, I can understand how people can get fearful. I can understand how people get nervous. I can understand why people get cautious. I got you. But remember, we know all things are going to fade. We know that we would rather be the first person shorting than the last person buying. The last person buying, there is someone out there in the world that bought NVDA at the price of 707. And you know what? That person is probably saying, why the heck did I do that? Because they're holding right now, hoping it goes back up to 707. And there's a chance that 707 is going to be the record high, that stays the record high, and we start fading and we fall even more. I like our entry. Hey, if I'm wrong and we take a small loss, we take a small loss. There's no big deal about it. If someone came up to me right now and said, Deck, right now, I'm gonna allow you to make a choice. The choice you have, this is for you, is if you give me right here a small amount of money, the most you can lose is $3,000. The most you can win is $50,000. Would you guys take that bet? If someone said, hey, do you want to make this bet? The most you can lose is $3,000. The most you can win is $50,000. I'm going to probably make that bet nearly every time. Yes, I can take a loss, but my win is not double, not triple, not quadruple, not quintuple, not sextuple, not, I don't know after that. But the thing is, it's even higher up than that. That the wins are so far greater than the losses. We know if NVDA team does get a pullback, I'm talking about a real pullback, look how much room we have to fall. NVDA, look how high this thing has gone on up. Look how much room it has to fall. SMCI, look how high this thing has gone on up. Look how much room it has to fall. It wouldn't be crazy for SMCI by the end of next month to be back on down towards the low 400s. That wouldn't be crazy. That wouldn't be nuts. But yes, there is potential, team. We can't be stupid. There is potential that this breaks 700. And if it does, I got to move on. I got to get out. And hopefully I'll get an entry higher up. That's a better entry. Right? So there's a positive in the negative. The negative is if we ever do break out and we go on a massive spike, then yes, I need to accept my loss. But you know what's the positive? Well, then I even have a better entry because now we're up even higher when I do jump in. So you always got to be thinking about it. Team, I always like to kind of preach this, that, you know, stock trading is all about mindset. It is so easy. It is so simple to be negative in the stock market. Oh, Deck, I should have waited until I did a put contract at 692. Oh, Deck, I should have locked in my profits this morning. Oh, Deck, I should have jumped in on HOLO last night before it went from $1 all the way up towards $50. Oh, Deck, I should have again jumped in on HOLO this morning on shorts and nailed it. Oh, I should have held my shares yesterday. You can sit and complain about the stock market literally every single second of your life if you want to. It is so simple. It is so easy to just complain about the stock market on I would have done this, I should have done that, I could have done this, I should have did this. Or it's like, hey, we have an amazing opportunity, let's take advantage of it. If we do get stopped on out, well then we're just up higher for a better entry. Right? It's like all things we can turn to a positive area. We do have ARM getting tight here. ARM, a little bit of pop. Also, SMCI still trying to get a little bit of this volume. Remember, team, it comes on down to this 15-minute time frame. We just need this 15-minute time frame to snap. It's like, that's all it is. It really is the 15-minute time frame over on SMCI. As long as the SMCI keeps holding this 15-minute time frame, it's still considered bullish. And remember, I've told you this, I'm telling you this, if you want to get in on a best entry on SMCI, the best entry that you can possibly get involved in is at the crack of this purple line. Whenever that happens, if that's today, if that's tomorrow, if that's next week, the crack of the purple line is the best entry. Crack of the purple line is the best entry over on SMCI. Little heads up for you. NVDA here. trying to move itself back on up. NVDA just got a little pop. Again, whenever NVDA pops, usually again SMCI tries to pop on up a little bit. I know we kind of been waiting, sitting back, staying smart here, team. Is ARM breaking the wedge? Let's take a look over on ARM. What time frame were we in? 2-minute time frame. Yep, ARM is breaking that wedge right now. So look at, there's the little bull flag pattern. ARM broke the bull flag pattern, spiked on up, 123, 124. Now it's trying to hold this pattern as support. So now it's trying to hold this pattern as support. It's trying to stay alive as support right here. So ARM, a little bit of that wedge, trying to get that area as support right here. We're now 10:35 in the markets. What's Coin doing? I see a couple people talking about Coin. Coin getting a nice little rally today as well. You know, Bitcoin's moving back on up. So with Bitcoin moving on up, Coin's getting very, you know, active. Coin's getting very hot at this moment. So Bitcoin's moving on up. Coin's still trying to get a little bit of hype. Coin's trying to still get a little bit of this, you know, momentum behind it. You know, it really does just come on down to this waiting game and this waiting opportunity. Traders, I do want to let you guys know something that's really awesome and really cool as well. I'm really fired up about is starting on up. I'm thinking next month. Next month, guys, we are going to be having our brand new start to finish trading course for all Tradecaster members, which is going to be, you know, absolutely awesome and absolutely, you know, insane. So I just kind of want to show you guys this right here and show you guys, you know, what we have at this moment. So we do have a lot of things coming on up. I'm just going to kind of stretch this out here slightly. I do see SMCI getting a little bit of a pop, but next month here, team, course description. In this course, individuals will learn in detail stock trading basics, investment fundamentals, technical analysis, advanced charting, and trading strategies. Each segment will cover a new topic in investing that will gradually ease from traditional investing to more modern trading strategies. This course is broken down into 24 individual parts and will be the building blocks of successful investing. So what we're going to teach you guys are learning core and advanced investing strategies, fully comprehend market analysis and research, create or find a successful investment strategy based off your risk management, identify chart patterns and technical analysis for future movement. So what we have here, team, parts 1 to 24. What is the stock market? Terminology, beginner mistakes, candlesticks, support and resistance, trendline trading, entries and exits, market and limit orders, buying and selling strategies, pre-market buying and selling, psychology, mob shifting, time frames, indicators, float and volume, how to find profitable news, breakout chart setups, level 2, shorting, short squeezes, different ways to trade the market, how to create a morning watch list, options, brokers, and scanners. So ladies and gentlemen, we are about to go into next month an absolutely huge boot camp for you guys. Biggest boot camp we've ever done. So much information here. So I do want you guys to realize, you know, what we have coming on up, what we have in store with this, again, stock trading masterclass on the horizon. So that's going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be a ton of opportunity there. Right now, Team SPY starting to turn here. Come on, SPY. I want to see the SPY start getting weak. Let's see the SPY start getting weak and actually get, you know, we need that first big red day, team. If we can nail the first red day, the first big red day, we are going to be in the best position possible. You know what I want? I want us to, you know, finish this day off with like an $8,000 profit. Tomorrow we wake up and it's at 15,000. People are like, oh, should we take profits? Should we not? Hey guys, take some profits. If you don't want to keep on holding, you have an amazing trade. By the end of that day, we're up 20,000, 22,000. Like, we just need this momentum to actually shift. We know that it has been what? Up, 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 We just need that momentum to get that little shift so that we're all set, ready to go, and have that weakness, have that drop, have that fade, have that crack. We have room to fall over on the S&P 500 all the way down to the 13 EMA of 490. We do. We have room to fall all the way on down to the 13 EMA of 490. How incredible is that? But we just got to see, can this drop on down to 490? Can we get that weakness down to 490? Can we see this fade down to 490? It's like, you know, S&P 500, if you want to actually connect the dots here, connect this like right here. We have this, and then we do have this down here. We basically have a channel on the S&P 500 at this moment, don't we? We do have a channel on the S&P 500 at this moment where we are sitting right next to this very tippity top. And like, you know, we have been riding near the top. We hit the top, we fall a little bit, hit the top. Here's a big pullback. Here's the top, you know, massive spike. Here's the top. So we keep sitting right next to this top area. You know, we want over the next few days, drop all the way back down towards that 490-ish mark and actually start getting that weaker. Guys, SPY right now is getting a little bit of weakness. SPY right now is starting to get a little bit of that weakness. SPY right now is starting to fade. J-Bob saying institutions won't let it pass the 5,000 point level on the SPX or SPY 500. You know, I mean, I could imagine a 500 touch, but you know, we got up towards 498.53. That's a pretty incredible line right there, guys. 498.53. You know, the SPY turning is great, but we also need what? We need NVDA to turn, right? NVDA to turn. That's where we start seeing a lot of that weakness. NVDA back underneath its VWAP area. We also do have like probably the biggest thing. Yep, absolutely. AK, you know, letting us know, you know, NVDA has its earnings when? I think in the 22nd. NVDA, guys, has its earnings on the 22nd. That's still 2 weeks away. That's a pretty long time away here, team. So, you know, we still have 2 weeks away, but NVDA, the earnings there, oh man, oh man, oh man. Could you imagine if it's good? Could you imagine if it's bad? Right? It's like both sides you can definitely see. DraftKings crypto announcement coming on earnings. This could get crazy. Some crypto gambling. That'd be pretty good. I guess, yeah, I could imagine that. I mean, I feel like, all right, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna think about it as like a CEO perspective. If I was the CEO of DraftKings and people are saying, ooh, I want to be able to, you know, gamble with my crypto, I probably wouldn't allow it. And the reason why I wouldn't allow it is because it's just too volatile. It's like, I know an American dollar, if someone bets $100, it's $100. But if someone's like, ooh, I want to bet 3,000 Dogecoin, and then tomorrow it's a completely different price than what it was, that could be DraftKings either making money or, again, losing money. It's like, oh, okay, I want to invest all this, like a crypto that's getting pumped at the moment. You know, they take that money, they take that crypto, and then in 2 weeks, it's not as worth as much as it would be. So maybe if they just do Bitcoin, you know, maybe if it's like, okay, hey, we'll accept Bitcoin because it's more stable. You know, we see a better outlook on it. Maybe they could just do that. But it'd be hard for them to take like any altcoins or any coins that are like outside the top 10. Right now, still watching these plays. CCTG, a little bit of a pop on up. Traders, again, I just want to kind of say this one more time. Tonight, 7 o'clock. Tonight at 7 o'clock, I do have a massive announcement. I am going to be laying it out on email, social media, Tradecaster, YouTube, TikTok, all that good stuff. I want to make sure every single person is aware of it. I want to make sure every single person is good. I want to make sure every single person is all set, ready to bring the party home. AK, I need one of those hats. I know. I got you, bud. Don't worry. You're all set, AK. I got you with a hat. We also do have coming on up here, team, our March Utah trip, Mastermind. That's going to be a blast. We got a couple people, you know, straight out of chat right here coming. We got Alex Vaughn coming over to the March Mastermind. We have Yeah Buddy Trades coming over to the March Mastermind. We do have Iggy from chat coming on over on the March Mastermind. So again, the March Mastermind out in Utah, just like the one we had in January, trade in the morning, in person, go out, get some skiing done. That's the last one of the year, though. Last one of the year. You know, we do have our March mastermind, which is going to be a blast. And yeah, we'll do that, you know, every single year. Absolutely. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So just waiting right here, seeing what we have. SPY at this time, guys. SPY trying to get a little bit of a, you know, move here. You know, I am just watching SMCI still. SMCI, you guys know I do have a stop loss, you know, a little bit above 700. You know, if that one ever started breaking that 700 region, you know, it would go a little bit above, you know, above that area. I would get out and say, hey, not worth it for me to just hold and hope. Right? That's my biggest thing that I really want to stress. If I have to take a loss, I get out and I say, hey, you know what? I'm not going to blow up my account and lose all of my January gains. I am right now sitting on a trade for the last 24 hours. Trade for the last 24 hours, looking to see if I could be able to nail this top. If I can't nail this top, no harm done. Take a little bit of a loss, move on, wait for a better entry, get a higher entry for me to be able to get the pop, right? That's absolutely okay with me. And I want traders to realize that, you know, I will still have stop losses. I'm not going to blow up my entire account. I'm not going to lose all my money for some random reason, right? We're going to be as smart as we can. Right now, SPY, still watching these plays here. Any trend lines or anything we see? Let's go to like a 30-minute time frame. 30-minute time frame over on the SPY. Let's just make this nice and big. This has been like the overall uptrend still over on the SPY. I'm going to connect, yeah, probably right here. This is probably the main trend line I'm seeing over on the SPY right here, team. So I always like just being aware of these. Taking a look. What can you guys see? Bottom support. Bottom support. Bottom support. Bottom support. Bottom support. Top resistance. Bottom support. Bottom support. So you guys can see these areas, right? You guys can see where we get our bounce and our bounce and a bounce and a bounce. You guys can see where we get our bounce and you guys can see everything along these lines with our bounce plays here. So, you know, that is, you know, still our main area. Now, what you guys can always realize, which gives me confidence on my trades, is that when we are far away from the blue line, we usually get pulled back to it. So you can see far away from the blue line, we get pulled back to it. Far away from the blue line, get pulled back to it. Far away from the blue line, get pulled back to it. We are far away from the blue line. I wouldn't be shocked if we get pulled back to it soon. Right? That's usually what we see happen in these markets, where we do see we get far away from the trend line, we get pulled back to the trend line. Just want to open up the floor right here. Does anyone have any questions, comments, concerns, anything along those lines that you guys, you know, may or may have at this moment? Want to make sure that you guys are all good. Any questions, comments, or concerns? Want to make sure you guys are all set here. Right now, going through our penny stock moves, we have SYRA. SYRA starting to fade on down here. That's still a very nice short. HKIT starting to fade on down here. CCTG, not too much. MLGO starting to fade on down. WETG starting to fade on down. SECO, not too much at this moment. Still, again, getting a little bit of that fade as well. So it seems like things are still a little bit light. Things are still a little bit slow. I would say probably the most active play in the market today is ARM. The most active play in the market as of now is ARM. We did have one uptrend on ARM, which did start getting a crack. But I would even say, though, even right now, it still has higher lows. Like when I take a look over on ARM, I still see that this play does have higher lows. I do see that ARM is still moving itself on up. It does look like ARM is still building in a positive manner. So ARM here, traders, still positive. This is probably the most active stock that I am seeing in the market at this moment. Okay, so that would be the number one. What's Tesla doing? Tesla also still building a little bit of higher lows. Nothing wrong over on Tesla at this moment. Still slowly grinding, still moving itself on up. What else do we have here? What about NVDA? NVDA, this play at this time. Still, I would give it. with some higher lows, back above the VWAP, slowly trying to grind, moving itself back up towards around some highs. So it's still trying, it's still fighting, it's still staying alive here at this moment. SMCI, I have to give it to it. It still has higher lows. So it still is trying to build. It's still trying to move itself on up. It's still trying to hold. And we do know on that 15-minute time frame, we need to fall underneath 677 before we actually get that fade on off and that drop. What about QQQ? QQQ, yep, I still see higher lows right now, team. And I know, again, I have to be honest with you. Right now, I still see more bullishness than I see bearishness. I was looking for the reversal this morning. I was looking for the drop. I was looking for the feed. I was looking for the crack. I was looking for the reverse on down. But I'm being honest, right now, I do see more bullishness than bearishness in this current market. I see that the SPY is still bullish. I still see that NVDA is still bullish. I still see that SMCI is still bullish. I still see all bullish plays currently sitting in this market at this time. So I do need to stay smart. I do need to stay safe. I do need to just be aware of this, that, hey, Dek, you're doing shorts. You are one of the first people in on these plays looking for shorts. But the thing is, that doesn't mean that you're automatically going to make money. You are looking for shorts. We are stalling off at the top right here. You are at an absolutely amazing entry. But if we start breaking 700, 705, it's probably not worth it to be down $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 and end up, taking any sort of unnecessary hit, unnecessary loss, unnecessary play here. I'm not saying we're done. I'm not saying we're out. I'm not saying get out of your play right now. I'm only, again, slightly in the red. But I'm just saying, let's just be aware of that, team. Sometimes we get so caught up in our own thought process of, oh yeah, I'm shorting and I'm never letting it go. That's not what we want. We want to do it in a responsible manner. So right now, still waiting on these moves here, traders. Thing is, I know for a fact SMCI is going to come crashing on down. I just don't know the exact day. I mean, I'll tell you right now, this does not look normal. What does this look like to you? You know what this looks like to me? I'll show you exactly what it looks like. This right here looks like to me how HOLO looked, right? HOLO, spike, 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 and then basically going straight up, then comes crashing all the way on down. We just need this. All we need is this now, traders. We just need this dump now, traders. We just need this sell-off now, traders. We just need this crash. We just need this dump and this absolutely fall apart move. So HOLO, this right here, basically straight up and straight down, is what it reminds me of SMCI, straight on up. And now again, we're looking for that, upcoming straight on down type of move. That's going to be the ultimate goal in time here over on these plays. GameStop. I really wouldn't be involved in GameStop or AMC, any of those plays, guys. They're just not really worth it to me. Not really worth it to me on any of those plays right here. Chase, Dek, can I get your opinion? I'm in 20 shares of TSM, March 15th, 150 calls, around 100. Do I hold or sell? I'm up 600%. Okay, well, I like that. So Chase right now asking the best question in the world. Chase right now is saying, Dek, I'm in on TSM. I'm up 600%, but I still have until March 15th. What would you guys do? Let's ask the chat room right here. Chase right now needs our help. He's up 600% on his investment right now. But he has contracts until March 15th, which is another entire month away. Does he keep on holding his contracts to make 1,000% return? Is this going to keep on going up higher and higher and higher? Or does Chase take his money? He's up 600%, making thousands of dollars, takes his gains, walk away, or say, hey, we still got another month of climbing. I don't want to miss out on the next possible SMCI type of move here. I mean, that's the best question you can ask. I love those type of questions right there. I would say if you're up 600%, still got a month left, I would say take 75% and let the other 25% run. So how many contracts you're in? You are in right here. You're in 20. 20 contracts, lock in 15 contracts. Boom. You're guaranteeing yourself profit. Right now, 10:54. I want to see what happens at 11 o'clock. We know that we usually see a lot of volatility in the markets right around 11 o'clock. We usually see we have a lot of hype and action right around 11 o'clock. NVDA still trying to squeeze, team. I mean, we have a lot of these AI plays. I'm happy that SMCI isn't following it as closely right now. But NVDA is trying to get all the way back on up here. Take a look at what we got. We do got NVDA. We do got NVDA right here, 705. Highest it's ever been, 52-week range is 707.94. Could possibly break that in the near future here, 707.94. So we will see what that's going to be doing in the near future. Still want to see NVDA here. There's no news on SMCI. Remember, guys, if we take a look right here, SMCI, break this play on down. SMCI, any sort of news? Let's just go news types, any sort of news. Super Micro doubled in a month. Now the key is knowing when to sell. The AI revolution is scheduled to tech earnings to make it clear. AI stocks are getting hotter. Why the big tech stock might be... so yeah, there's no actual news on SMCI. This one came out Tuesday the 1st. Increases their forecast on upbeat earnings. So these are all SMCI newses. So you see all news on SMCI right here. 28, 52 year range, 699, 699.76. Cool. Cool beans. Also, little heads on up, guys. Little heads on up for all traders. Everyone, everyone who is everyone for the announcement tonight. All Tradecaster members, you guys are getting this brand new software. So this software team, as you guys know, I was able to help design. I was able to help put together for, like, you know, the press releases and things along those lines. But every single Tradecaster member is getting free access to this software as well. So that's really cool. Really exciting for you guys to be able to get everything here, be able to check out if, you know, a play has news right away and, you know, what it's doing and, you know, what's happening over on these plays. So you'd be able to check the news on these stocks right away and kind of see, you know, what's happening. Filings, kind of get everything you need right here. So traders, we are still staying alive, staying ready, staying alert. I want to see what happens in the next 3 minutes here. See what happens in the next 3 minutes. See if we get any sort of action at 11 o'clock. More, do you have to have Lightspeed too? No, again, everything that I'm offering tonight, it's going to be all free. If you want it, great. If you don't want it, you don't have to get it. But we're talking about free Fox Runner, free Lightspeed, free Tradecaster. We're talking about free trade ideas. We're talking about free TradeZilla. If you don't want to use one of the things, you don't have to. But I want to give it all to you guys. Tradecaster members only are getting it. No one else. So you have to be a Tradecaster member to get all this free stuff. $10.58. Sean, what happened to Sean? I think... Sean, if you can't see Sean, I'm right here, buddy. Sean, if you can't see me, I'm right here. Sean, what happened to Sean? Don't worry, Sean. I got you. I'm Sean. We can do this together. Right now, NVDA, we're looking for that turn. We'd like to see SMCI back on down towards those 680s. I mean, SMCI is such a crazy play because it usually moves on average like $30 a day. That's kind of the crazy thing on SMCI. Like, it moves 30. There's a day that it went from 340, spiked up to 430, a $90 climb. This day it went from 590, spiked up to 665. There's a $70 climb. This day we went from 680, fell on down to 624. There's a $60 drop and then made it all back. Yesterday we went from 680 up to 699, back on down to 664. Didn't really do too much. Today we went from 670 to 692. Like, it's like, you know, we're kind of getting tighter and tighter and tighter and smaller and smaller and smaller with a lot of our plays here. We are, Sean. We are, buddy. Stay strong. Right now, SMCI, we got to see if this thing can get a little bit of a pullback. start cracking this uptrend, start getting a little bit weaker. I don't want to see a brand new 52-week high or any of that stuff. We do have in 30 seconds 11 o'clock. Now, Deck, does 11 o'clock really mean anything? 11 o'clock, it usually just brings in volatility. Usually has volume. Whenever we kind of go into the next hour, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, we usually do see some sort of movement. So let's just see if the SPY is going to try to keep popping on up, run on up towards that 52-week high, or if things are going to start fading and start dropping and start, getting a little bit weaker for us. So 11 o'clock right around here. Alki, I think at the SPY is going up to 510. There's a possibility up to 510. Let's see. Here's 11 o'clock. SPY still trying to move. The SPY has had a lot of kind of like fake out little breakout sell-offs. It's had its fair share of little tiny spikes, and then it dumps on down. And then it dumps on down, and it looks like it's about to fade, and then it pops right back on up. ARM team. ARM is still staying alive here at this moment too. I know ARM is a fan favorite today. ARM is definitely a fan favorite at this moment. Still trying to hold, still trying to stay alive at this time. Trader, it's really me for the rest of the day, as it is 11 o'clock at this moment. I know I haven't, over the yesterday and today, gone crazy with my trading. It's just because the last few days have been remarkable. I've been doing amazing. And I'll tell you right now, I just don't know how much higher the SPY is going to go. I'm going to tell you right now, I've been very proud of myself and very happy that I'm not trading the SPY right now. Because the SPY right now doesn't have any true direction for us at this moment, does it? The SPY today has fallen, spiked, fallen, spiked, fallen, spiked. I know for a fact I would have been caught up in chop. I know for a fact I would have jumped in and maybe held too long. I would have over traded. I'd be down 300 trying to make it back, ended up losing 600, trying to make back 600, down 1,000. I am so happy that I have just been sitting in on one trade and avoiding any sort of chop. I am so happy I've been sitting in one trade and avoided getting squeezed out over on HOLO. So the thing is, as the stock market is all the way up towards record highs on the S&P 500 at 498.50, I do not know if we're going to go 50 cents higher, $1 higher, $2 higher. But I do know once it starts turning, it is going to collapse. So what am I doing at this moment? I'm saying to myself, hey, Sean, instead of getting involved in choppiness, and instead of getting involved in you don't know how much higher the market's going to go, why don't you do a swing trade and avoid the choppiness, avoid the over trading, avoid getting yourself caught up in some sort of emotional battle where you want to build back any loss. If you take a $200 loss or an $800 loss and just dig yourself in a deeper hole, let's avoid all that. Let's avoid this nonsense and jump into one play that you think has great opportunity and great odds. And that's what I did yesterday, and that's what I'm doing right now. Do you know why I'm a successful stock trader? Because I keep my losses as small as possible. That means when I see a play that's not working out for me, I try to get out. And when I see a day that's slow, I try to move on. And when I see an opportunity that is there that has more reward than risk, I like to take it. And if that play does not work out, I have to move on from it. So that's I'm very happy right here. I'm just not randomly trading SPY. If I wasn't in on SMCI, I would definitely be looking at ARM. ARM would definitely be where, again, most of my opportunity would be at. How many trades? What if we can't make the announcement tonight? It's not like it's like first come, first serve. If you can't make the announcement tonight, don't worry. Whenever you can look at my social media, right? So it's not like it's coming out tonight. It's going to be kind of like, okay, the date coming out tonight, so you're all set, ready to go. So we're still just kind of watching here. No, I'm going to post it on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Google, MySpace, Tinder, Bumble, right? All that stuff. Everyone's going to know of it. So I'll put it in Tradecaster as well, in the Discord. Email it out to you guys. Put it on Hinge, Grindr, whatever. So team, we're going to stay alert and just stay ready here. You guys all know the game plan. My stock is still SMCI. As long as we don't go above 700, I'm going to keep holding. And if that means, again, we close the day at 680, I'm holding overnight again. right here, traders. All right. Guys, if we don't see anything big coming on up here, I'm going to be wrapping some things on up for lunch. Tomorrow is another amazing day, amazing opportunity. Traders, just remember, if all of a sudden SMCI is all the way up at 750 by the end of today, I'm out. Okay, I'm not holding anything past probably like 702 if this play ever did spike. Hopefully we don't even have to have that conversation. Hopefully we are all the way on down towards 680, but remember, hopefully doesn't really mean anything in the stock market. We'll see what the market brings us, but we are looking for the big dump. We are looking for the big fade. We are looking for the big drop. As you know, massive announcement tonight, and I'm already giving you guys a little spoiler as well. Next month we are going into our boot camp. Our boot camp is going to be legendary. It's going to be insane. It's going to be absolutely huge. And I want to make sure that you guys are all set with this and getting ready to rock and roll. So make sure that you guys are fired up on this. Make sure that you guys are all ready to rock and roll. And I cannot wait to be getting everyone involved in what's coming up tonight. I can't wait for getting everyone involved in the upcoming boot camp. I can't wait to getting involved over on these trades and being able to make some more money. Team, let's really see what we get. I just want to kind of wrap this thing on up here. Does anyone have any final questions, comments, concerns, anything that you guys need in any sort of way? Please let me know. Sean, Deck, can you unban me from the Discord? I put a poopy emoji and I got banned. I apologize. That was not me. Maybe that was a different mod that is not a fan of feces. I will look. I don't know how to unban over on Discord, but I will see. Send me an email at dekmartrades@gmail.com, and I will look to unban you. Only if you stop posting poop emojis. What do you think about LLY? LLY, I like it. Nice move on up. Coming up to the top. Break of 745. That thing could take on off. Break of 745, and that thing could take on off there. Aussie check. What time tonight is the announcement? 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock announcement tonight. Get ready to rock and roll here, traders. Get ready to rock and roll. All current members, you guys are going to be getting some massive discounts. Just a little heads on up for you guys. So that's going to be a blast. It's going to be so much fun. 11:06 in the market right now. Traders, let's get ready to go here. We're still keeping our eyes peeled over on SMCI, looking for that fade and that drop all the way back on down. But team, as of now, it seems like things are starting to fade on off a little bit. You guys know the drill. We're going to keep our eyes peeled over on ARM. ARM is the #1 play. Traders, hey, it is an absolutely BEA beautiful day outside. It is so gorgeous. I kind of want to just take a walk outside, breathe in some fresh air. That spring is right around the corner. I just love great weather, guys. It is so amazing, so much fun. I got my SMCI trade all set, ready to go. If you guys are shorting this with me, I think we're all good. Just remember, have a stop loss around 700, and hopefully, again, I see everyone back here later on or tomorrow or whenever, tonight, and everyone's sitting with a nice profit. That's obviously the goal. I want you guys to win. I want you guys to be successful, but I want you guys to use your head and have a game plan. Have risk management. Understand only trade with what you're willing to lose. We never want to lose it, but if you're willing to lose it, it shouldn't change your life. Then on top of that, team, we are watching ARM, we're watching the SPY, we're watching NVDA, and next week we do have CPI and we do have PPI data next week, which could be the turning point in this market. Other than that though, guys, we got big announcements all tonight. Get fired up, get excited, and get ready to rock and roll. Traders, so fired up for you. KP Rewind asked on chat, Deck, should I have spaghetti and sausage with vodka sauce for lunch or soy braised oxtail? KP, I feel like I shouldn't even read that question. You're asking me, should I have some penny vodka or some oxtail? If you don't know the answer to this one, you got to get your life in balance. Take a walk outside. I would be, again, getting some penny vodka and getting a big block of mozzarella, and I'm gonna have Antonio stand right over me with a cheese grater, and he's gonna say, tell me when, and he's gonna keep on spinning and spinning and spinning, and that cheese is gonna keep getting to the point where he's gonna stop, and I'm gonna say, get your ass back over here, Antonio. I did not say when. And he's gonna start spinning it a little bit more, and then you're gonna say more, and Antonio's gonna be working that cheese block all the way until there's nothing left, and you got a whole block of mozzarella cheese with a little bit of penny vodka underneath it. That's what you should be having for lunch. So enjoy it. Ladies and gentlemen, I will see everyone back here bright and early tomorrow or this afternoon, depending on where SMCI is at. Big announcement coming on at 7 o'clock tonight. Traders, I love you. You guys are incredible. Help me wrap this one on up. You guys know the drill here, team. And 3, 2, 1. Woo! As you guys know, Tradecaster is popping on off. Everyone is live over on Tradecaster, so you guys can go watch these amazing streamers on Tradecaster right now, and you guys are all good. Solars, happy birthday, buddy. Happy birthday to Solars. Enjoy it. I hope you have a wonderful birthday. I'll see you guys later. Thank you, team. Nothing that if I tell everyone how I made this money, that it's going to affect me in any sort of way.
AMD, if we get a quick little pop above $12, I'm thinking about maybe a quick little short over on AMD. Finger on the trigger to lock in profits when it starts moving back on up. Here we go. Nice job. Let's take it. $979 in profit. Look at this spike, baby. Taking some gains right off the top right here. 124,000.
You just got to know what you're doing.
200.
Every single person can be successful.
Dollars in profit.
There's no reason for you not to become a full-time day
Now
trader.
we're currently up
even
$2,100. Let's just keep it going even more. I want every single person. Now we're up $2,500. Now we're going up to $117.40.
It's not like it's a competition. It's if I tell you how I was able to do this,
$100
go out, make that money, make a killer, and let's all absolutely crush it together.
Let's go, baby! Let's see this thing keep unfolding even farther here. We're up $1,100 within the first 5 minutes of the day. I'm feeling absolutely fantastic.